First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We are the inventors of our Supreme Ambient Light Rejection 12, Supreme Exotic Ambient Light Rejection 15, and our Advanced Ambient Light Rejection 17. All right, so real quick update on shipping information. I know we have a lot of orders. A lot of people have not received tracking numbers yet. We will have tracking numbers this week. Finally got confirmation on my containers. Finally got confirmation on the special product, one of the secret ingredients that we use to make our product. So we got confirmation that this week we will have our items in and your orders will be shipping out. Thank you, Jesus, because my orders were stacking up and I'm looking at 2 days of work, which means I'm going to have to be up 4 o'clock in the morning, just get your orders processed, get them out the door. And I got up and the driver's coming down. I'm going to be paying her extra because it's snow outside and she's going to be taking your packages down to the post office. As always, the shipping, processing and all that, the processing will be recorded so our customers can see it. I explained to customers that they have subscribed to our channel, and when they call in and say, hey, I didn't receive any updates, we have YouTube updates, recorded updates that give you all the information you could possibly need. Wondering why I'm not emailing individuals. I get 70 orders close to a day, and in a day I can reach up to 70 orders. So it's kind of hard to basically do what I'm doing here and contact all 70 people to email them to tell them what's going on. It's easier for me to do a YouTube video and say, hey, look, this is the update. Now, if you subscribe, you would get a notification that will say updates on it, because that's how we label, just updates only, so nothing's confusing. And then you go in there and you will hear me explain to you everything that's going on, or even show, look, here's on my computer, this is where it's delayed here, this is where it's delayed there. All that information will be given to you, and then you get to watch your order being processed and taken out the door. There you go. All right, so it's very important to subscribe, and it's very important to basically, when that notification pops up that says shipping updates, you may want to click on that. All right, right now, today, last night, I got a few inquiries from a few companies about mapping. This is the reason why I invested in this particular item. Mapping projection. This is basically where you can take an item, you can actually scan that item. Like if I wanted to scan a coffee cup halfway across the room and I want to throw my logo on it, I can do that because I have the scanning equipment to be able to do it. It actually works with just about every projector, but they said it only works with certain projectors. So scanning hardware I have here is by a company called Lifeform. I'm not going to go into the odds and ends about that part of it all, but other than that, all in all, it works perfectly and it runs perfectly. The only problem I have with it is that people who use mapping or 3D mapping, or just say projector mapping, what they don't realize is you're still using a projector. And a projector is going to have some issues if you're trying to get an image to bounce off a surface that's not a projection screen. Especially when it doesn't have the ability to pull up. A door is not going to have the ability to pull contrast and colors and all that stuff. If that was the case, you wouldn't have to need to buy a projection screen. You could just hit it off the side of your house or wall and react the exact same way. As you can see, I'm scanning my hallway. And it looks bad. I mean, it looks really, really bad. And that would pull up so much better if that hallway was coated. Where, keep in mind, like I said, if I can't do the hallway all in black, and I'm pretty sure someone's doing like a display for their house or their storefront or whatever, they're not just going to coat that entire area black. That's why we have an invisible version of the technology that will allow us to be able to, for someone to coat a surface and not change the structure of it or the color of it or anything whatsoever. And they can go in and they can basically hit it with the projector, and the projector would read through that invisible coating and bring up the image with no problem. All right, so I'm going to show you the equipment we're using. I'm going to show you where the projector is sitting, and then what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to the black and white set we have over here, which has the white screen and black screen, and show you a couple of slides from there so you can see the difference between, well, actually videos from there so you can see the difference between the images not popping up. Now keep in mind, if you're not interested in this, and this is something you're not interested in, this is not for you. This is mainly for companies or people that are using this particular form of hardware, or maybe using some other form of hardware to be able to project images, and they want the images to show a lot more crisp and much better. All right, so another issue I have is lighting. So if I put my lights on in the hallway, all this is going to disappear. So my lighting in the hallway. Believe it or not, the lighting that I have in the hallway are LEDs. This is LED lighting that they use basically for storefronts, hotels, stuff like that. That's what that is. It's actually LED lighting. All right, so as you can see, it's completely gone because the hallway doesn't have ambient light projection technology, and that's the reason why it's going to fade out, because you're using that on a regular surface. Now, like I said, I'm going to be running some tests after I get my orders taken care of for my customers, and we're going to be actually working with the invisible coating, spraying that on the objects and getting that to produce better, images and contrast and all that other good stuff. So here's my setup right here with my projector. As you can see, there's my light form unit right there. There's my camera scanner right there, and we have the projector sitting up. I gotta build me a stand for this. I need to build me a stand that I can set my projector in there, and then that way I can basically scan objects down the hallway with the projector standing outward. Because this would look pretty cool on the door. I'm gonna see if I can just scan my door. Before I take this down, I'm gonna scan my door. So I'm gonna shut my door here. Let's see if we can just scan the door. Let's see. And that's one of the problems I have with the software. I love the software and all. It's just the objects that you're bouncing off of are not made to be designed for scanning. It's a door. All right. So there's the door right there. Let's put changer output. And no, I won't be able to scan the entire door at all. Period. At all. I need a special projector for a special lens for that. So I'm going to be ordering me that's another Sony too. The Sony DPL FH31. I got the 36 and 30. I need the 31. 31 actually has a portrait mode built into the projector that will allow me to scan and not scan, but it will allow me to be able to do horizontal projection. So that's one of the ones I need. So I have to go look around for that one. And that sucker is not going to be cheap, because the last I seen those things, they were like $800. So that thing costs more than the projector I just paid for over here. But I do need one. I'm going to have to buy one. Probably next month I'm going to pick it up. All right. Let's go change the door. I probably could scan the whole... Well, I think I should be able to scan the whole door. Let me see for a minute. Yeah, I can scan the whole door. What am I talking about? What am I doing here? I can scan the whole door. I'm just going to do some cropping out of here. Okay, so let's go over here. And let's get a new project. We're just going to scan the whole freaking door, or the whole section, and just map out where we need to land at. I'm going to have to expand the entire door. Get this out of the way. So if you're curious what the hardware looks like, that's the hardware that allows you to be to turn your projector into a 3D, into a projecting mapping. Like I said, if I wanted to, I can hit the side of my neighbor's house, which I got their consent for this summer. I'm going to map the entire side of their house. If I can get at least 4 houses would be nice. If I get 4 houses, I'm going to actually use that projector right there, the big boy, because, if you hit that thing's going to look pretty nice. So we're going to do 4 houses. We're going to have a Japanese dragon go from one side of the house around and snake its way around the other side, which I think is pretty cool. I think kids are going to kick out of that one. All right, so we have to expand this. That's the biggest one to get it. That's it. Got to pull that back. Should have used a short throw. Short throw would expand it. Wherever the image is going to be at, that's all you're going to be to scan. So if I use the short throw, one of the ultra short throws in here that are designed to actually have that, I could have mapped out the entire area. We're just going to do this for right now. That's it. Let me get my focus in here better. So if you're interested in getting the, the reason why the projector has to be up like this, is so that the screen is this way. If I turn it around the other way, it's going to be this way, so that's not going to work. That's why I need that DPL FH3031. If you're interested in getting the software for this, Just to tell you that and that it's going to cost you close to $1,000 just for that item. And I was blessed because Lord blessed me to get the money to be able to get this because I needed it for work. And I went to two other places to get some kind of software mapping, and it was such a pain in the neck to just navigate through their instructions. Was crazy. I was like, I can't do this. There's no way I can do this. And then going through some YouTube videos, looking for somebody who may have something I can use. This company popped up, and when I did the research, I was watching all the videos on it. This is perfect. This is like user friendly. I mean, I could learn this in no time at all. And when I looked at the price tag of $1,000, I just prayed and asked the Lord, say, Lord, you know, can you make it possible for me to have the equipment? And sure enough, God bless me to have it right there. I said, God is amazing. All right, so we got a door scanned out. Let me see. I'm going to do the scanning on the door. Now, beautiful thing about it is, once I pick up the power supply, the battery for the Delta, I think Delta Force 1300, I can make the entire unit completely mobile because the unit itself runs off Wi-Fi, which is good. And then with me being able to, well, I don't need a computer. Oh yeah, the mini computer. I forgot, I got the mini computer over here. I have to load the software into my mini computer over here. And I can take that outside, or just give me a laptop. I think we should have scanned already. Let me see, check the YN computer scan. Okay, we're just about there. Let me get myself a hot cup of tea. Oh, we did scan. Cool, we got a nice shot of the door too. All right. Let's do. Can I do magic wand on here and get away with it? Why is it all the way up to 300? Good gracious. Oh, it's just going to do the whole door. Why is it doing the whole door? Alright, maybe I gotta do an update for that. Because I don't want to do the whole door. I want to be able to do inside the door. So if I want to do magic wand, why is my, then I'm going to come here and just want to allow me to do that. Can I bring my tolerance level down a little bit? That's what it was. My tolerance level was way too high. Alright, let's get this out of the way first. Let's go in here. That's what it was. The tolerance level was too high. Why is my tolerance level so high? I'm going to drop it a little harder. There we go. That's what it was. I thought, wait a minute. What's going on here? Alright, cool. Alright, gotta bring my tolerance level down to around 12. Right here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually adding in coloring certain areas, 1 square at a time. Now, sorry I can't bring it over here to see that part. 13. This is much better. I'll take this. It's much better. So busy, I just haven't had any time to learn this stuff. Alright, create a surface there. We're done there. I'm not putting this surface, that square over there. Let's see. I don't want to be in complete darkness. I'm gonna fire one of the red lights. Red lights in, so I can't figure out exactly which one I want to use.
All right, I'm just gonna use the berserkers. I use the reds. I use the reds, berserkers. I run those.
I don't want to be in complete darkness anymore. Light out. Just on the berserkers right now. Okay, wow, and the red too, it's just freaky. Alright, let me see if I want to do this one. I want to do it, actually, I want to use my own stuff. So we have water in that section right there. That's the bottom half? Oh, that's the bottom, yeah, bottom left. Bottom, okay. I'll take that one. That's water right there. Okay, let's do another one. Let's get oh man, look at George. Right, we gotta take that back out again. We got too much on the side right there, so go. And bring it back in again. Bird. I'm not running light stuff up on, oh, I can't light stuff on my PS4 display. Ooh, gotta do that. We definitely gotta do that. We gotta digital map the dashboard. All right, so let me see. This is good, but I think the tolerance could be a little higher up. So I can get these up. No, you're making it disappear. Get back in. There we go. That's better. All right. Let's create a surface there. Done with that. Let's go into get a picture from here, from there, there. Well, why would you give me that? That was under there to begin with. That doesn't make any sense. All right, give me that one. Okay, grab another one, layer 2, magic wand. Yes, so better. All right, give me a quick surface. Done. Give me for this one. I'll take So right now I'm 3D mapping I have 3D mapping. He's saying 3D mapping. I'm projection mapping my my area right now, my door, panel by panel. Really doing it panel by panel. Oh, I just got that one right. You didn't be done right. I'll publish it up too. So there you go. See, that gives me the ability to be able to map all my sections. And like I said, it looks good, but it would look a lot better if it was coming off of a black surface or that invisible coating we're working on. But as you can see, I can 3D map. I can put an image anywhere I want. That's what I love about this technology. So I could 3D map your car. From where I'm standing at right now, I'm going to be actually mounting a outdoor projector, because I'm going to call this the tech room. So I'm going to be mounting an outdoor projector with an outer box on it. And this will allow me to be able to control the iris. So it's a special projector I'm getting where I can actually move my iris around, just like when you do lens shifting. But this is going to be a little bit different. This is going to give me the ability to be able to scan areas around my house and whatever I want to basically throw an image onto it and basically change it into wherever I want, which is going to be freaking cool. Cannot wait. And I may put another outer box in the backyard for changing the grass underneath me, because I have the, you know, the backyard and all that. I may be putting large screens out there to be able to change the surface into like molten lava, a waving ocean, stuff like that for special effects. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be disconnecting. Actually, did disconnect. I'm gonna take some of this down, and we're going to. I'm just gonna come over here where my screens are at. My white screen and my black screen over here, and we're gonna do some displays. Now, the only problem you would have is for some people that are doing like what do they call it, like displays involving the galaxy. If you want to actually digitally map the galaxy and send it someplace out, like say if you had a dome ceiling. Do you have any idea how hard it is to be able to project inside of a dome to get the image to fit perfectly? Well, with this technology, I could scan the inside of a dome and I can put the image right up there perfectly with no problem whatsoever, and using only one projector. So instead of you spending the money for like 8 or 9 projectors to wrap around up there, so you can get each one of them to actually be able to put that image up there, and then using blending software to get them in together, I can take one image, scan it, and throw it right up there and fit it perfectly. So that's where this stuff comes in handy. But the only problem is if you're doing a dome, and that dome is pretty much either white or gray, you're not going to pick up a night sky. It's going to come up like I showed you in the demonstration with the other projector. All right, so let me get my equipment here and put it down. I got to build me a stand today too for my projector for this one right here until I get the other one in. And the people came up with this idea. That's why I said I love it. People who I will invest, and people who basically have this Kickstarter program. This is Kickstarter too, because if it's something that I know that's going to be, it's going to benefit people on a large scale, then I would invest in it, because that means I get an opportunity to use it also. Not going to need it for what I do. And this is why when I come up with different color screen paints, when I first came up with the black, I got ridiculed like crazy for developing black technology, like crazy. You know, no one's going to want a black screen. No one's going to be bothered with it. People want to stick with the traditional white screens and so and so and so. Oh, they're too dark. They're this, that, and the other. All this dumb nonsense. Well, guess what? My technology now is being used for all different forms of special effects due to the fact that it's a black screen and can pull 100% contrast level. It pulls the white levels. Boom. As you can see, it pulls the image much better than a white screen. Boom. That's the reason why. And I'm glad I never gave up on what I was doing, because if I did, well, somebody else eventually would have come to the idea. But I think on my level, the way I do things, yeah, it's the notch. All right, let me go move my stuff over here. Over there. We're going to have to disconnect my power supply from here. See how much better the image shows up through black technology. The new stuff we're working on is going to be an invisible coating. Why I am waiting, like I said, I can't do anything right now, any new projects. This is just something we've been talking about for a while. I already have it here, but I can't do any new projects until we get our customers taken care of. We have 3 screen paints already developed downstairs waiting for testing in that short amount of time. So we're going to, as I said before, the dark slate, which is a 17, and the ultra bright silver. That's another one that is going to be coming up. And we also have something new. A new form of interesting screen paint, part of the exotics. I can't tell you what it is, but I'm telling you, it's pretty cool when you see it. So anyway, like I said, they're not going to be available, and testing's not going to start with that until we get the orders out of the way. Also, too, the silver paint, that's coming today. Yes, I told you I ordered it already. So, as I said before, the video wouldn't have bothered. It doesn't bother me. It's just I find it, when people open their mouths up without really researching someone first before making a statement like that, yeah. And I've seen from the demonstrations from the fellow who was saying that, oh, you go to Home Depot and buy PPJ. Well, PPJ is the same thing as M&M, and it's the same thing as Martha Stewart. They're all the same thing. It's Metallica paint. The problem with this stuff is it's really watery, it's runny, and it's not meant to be used for a projection screen. It's meant to be used for basically adding a bit of a Metallica touch to maybe your furniture or your interior of your home. That's what it's designed for. So it's mainly made to be used with a small brush. It's a brush-on product with a paintbrush. I wouldn't use it with a roller because it would streak the daylights out of your screen. But we're going to show you that in the demonstration today. Now, keep in mind, I've already done this demonstration against Seymour AV 1.3. I did against their Matinee Silver and I think Daylight's Silver screen. These are certified screens, and they could not pretty much go side by side with a 12. 12s can produce bright levels, white levels, and they can produce contrast, something that these other screens can't do. And I guarantee you, bar none, when it finally gets here, and it will today, we will coat a piece of it, stick it against a black screen, and I will show you where that screen will fade on so many levels, especially when it comes to color. And this is something that the individual did not show you in the demonstration. He just basically mentioned my name, the other person's name, and said you don't need to buy their product. Well, you can do the same thing with this. All right, we'll see. But he did no long distance demonstration, no color demonstration, no ambient light rejection demonstration. A few people in the comment were asking about ambient light rejection because the screen was sitting in a dark environment. And also, too, it hotspots. Yeah. So that's why I said before people give out information on products, you need to do your test thoroughly first, and then you can make those accusations. But since he hasn't done any of the tests correctly, we're going to do them for him today. So that's going to be coming up today. Like I said, if people are bringing up solutions for you to make your own paints and stuff like that, I couldn't care less. As long as my name is not anywhere in there. If my name is not in there, you don't mention my name at all, don't care. But the minute you mention my company's name, now I'm going to have to go into your backyard. And you know what happens when that happens? I have to bring you into my environment on how we test things over here. And if it can't pass any of those tests, whew, man, well, you know where it's going to land at. That's the way it's supposed to be tested. So we'll see. When we get here with the silver $1.50 paint, as a matter of fact, I think I paid $48 for it. I got mine was cheaper. For $48, we'll get it over here. Got a sample sheet, we'll paint it up. We'll put it up on the screen right here. And we got plenty of projectors in here to play around with. Got ultra short throw, we got long throw, we got high power projectors, we got everything in here to play around here in the room today. And we'll see if the screen can match a 12. Because like I said, in the comment, the fellow made says no point in buying their products when you could do the same thing with this. Well, a silver paint is not the same as a 12. Or any of the other technology developed. That's why I say he really didn't do his research before mentioning my name. So, like I said, you want to do a half demonstration, my friend, stick your screen in a dark environment and say, oh, it looks amazing. This, I'm going to show you how your product is going to fail. It's not your product, but I'm going to show you how it's going to fail because I'm going to stick you in real ambient light environment. Not that fake window on the side and a little bit of light coming in. As a matter of fact, the sun's not even up and my environment right here still has some more light that you used in that demonstration, but we'll see. I'll show you. All right, and another thing he didn't show you too, he didn't show you the up close. You should have zoomed in to show you up close. You have to see that because you have to see whether or not if the screen is streaking. That also streaking actually shows up on white levels. If your screen's streaking, you'll see it on a white level. So you put up a high pure white level, you'll see the streak lines push into the screen. All right, so I got to disconnect my equipment here because this was going off topic, but in this demonstration, I have some companies that are interested. And as people say, well, you just talk about them in your minute conversations. Of course I do. People who watch my demonstrations should know by now that I go off topic all the time. I do it all the time. Some of the topics are interesting. I just showed people how to basically buy a blackout cloth that would cost you $23. And instead of paying somebody $150 or $130, because usually some places would charge you for a blackout cloth that size. I'll show you how to go. You can get it for cheaper than that. As a matter of fact, you got to paint that today. Paint that later on once my orders are taken care of. Whew. Okay, so let's go in here. I'm going to disconnect my camera from here. It's my unit. Disconnect this. Okay, I got a extension cord right there. Perfect. And I'm going to run my projector over here. This is my Sony DPL FH30 I'm running. I got a good deal on these two. I got two of them. I first got the first one, and the first one was like the guy wanted $300 for it. Bought that one because I thought they were going for like $500 or $600. And then he didn't have any more because when I got the first one, the second one came here. I was like, oh shoot, I love this thing. So I went and bought me, and I wanted another one. I wanted two of them, and he didn't have any more. So I went to another merchant, and he had one. This is why I like these, because they have that lens shift capability. Isn't that interesting that my wall here is bone white? Now, these aren't white. This ain't white, but this wall behind the screen is white. Look at the bottom of the wall. Matches the same as the screen. I'm telling y'all, if you go out and you spend the money for these white projection screens, just get a bed sheet. Get a bed sheet, or just basically just shine it off your wall. If you're going to go down that road of getting a white screen, that's what you want, is a white screen. That's perfect. That's what we need right there. Power supply I can keep in. This doesn't have a long enough cord, so this is going to have to go through. Where's my other surgery? Why is this not plugged in? Okie dokie. It should be plugged in. Okay, well, where are you going to? Oh, no wonder. He was disconnected from the back. I was like, who's going to disconnected? Why is it disconnected? The main cable's disconnected back there. Why are you disconnected? And I need all this stuff I got to go through in here. So when you hear me moving around the background, this is why I got stuff all over the place back here. Everything's organized. It's got a lot of equipment in here for work. This stuff. If you want to be a hobbyist, you want to get into screen paint, guess what? You got to invest a lot of money in stuff. You gotta buy stuff. Like you're literally gonna have all this stuff in here. You can't just do demonstrations and just show one projector over and over and over again and again and again. Can't do that. You have to have multiple projectors. When people ask me, why do you have so many projectors? Because I have to test my stuff on everything. I have to see how it's gonna react. So let's go buy all these projectors and see how the screen's gonna react. Oh shit, I'm in the wrong way. And then you're gonna have people ask me like, okay, have you used your stuff on mapping software? Well, here we go. I can cover that field because I've done mapping software. I'm using it right now. Okay, so the scanner should be popping up in a few minutes. I think we're in. Put my camera over here. Or you can just let me just say that I'm not into that and we don't do that here. You know, that's up to you, but I want to cover everything. That's just me. All right, so there we go. That's the system right there, plugged in right there. Now, mind you, if you don't want this right here, they make a projector unit that you can hook up. I am going to buy the projector unit because I want the projector unit for the hallway. Now, the hallway, and that's why I like the exotic screen paints, because I don't want my hallway all black. I really don't. And I don't want it gray. I definitely don't want it gray. So with the exotics, I can customize my own color for my hallway and use that as a projection screen. See, I knew the exotics come in handy. So if I want to change my hallway's color, I can do that because we make the exotics, and the exotics allow us to be able to put color screen paint where we want it. So maybe I want to change my hallway to something different. I can change that color, and that would physically be a projection screen, and no one would even know it. I think that's why this would be fantastic for stores. Because stores, you can change up the showroom, and no one would know that that big green screen or that big orange screen or whatever color I'm blessed to have is actually a projection screen. All right, so right there, the mapping software all hooked up. Make sure my cameras are flat, not leaning. That's good. And let me see. I'll take out our lights. I'm gonna take out the reds. Take out the damaged circuit right now. We don't need that in. The damaged circuit. I haven't used the Sony's in a while. If you're curious to see what is going on back here, this is the software you get. Here's your software. Let me see what we got going on. Change device. Oh, we're still in design. That's why. Got to come out of there. We're still in design. We have to go to a new project. Yeah, let's discard this project and just grab this right here. And skip the login. If you get this software, just don't even bother to log in and just don't do it. It's a whole nother world on its own. Just skip it. And then they give you a nickname. Everybody gets nicknames. You get some weird nickname attached to your box. Either like Lightning Woodchuck or, you know, Flippering Fish or whatever crazy nonsense. Mine is Woodchuck something. All right, let's go in and let's use this. We're gonna scan the surface first. So we'll run our scan off of it. So the system is going to start scanning. Now, keep in mind that the reason why they request you to have a projector of a certain lumen count, I don't know, but some of them request you to have a projector of a certain lumen count, is because your lumens are going to drop like crazy the minute the image pushes off. So you're not going to have this blinding light pushing out of the projector. It actually drops the lumens where you really can't see the light coming from the projector, but it's actually projecting the image. I'll show you when I walk in front of the projector. This is 43. So now I'm scanning the surface. So light shield popping off right now. You know the beautiful thing about having invisible black technology? That means I can put a screen in my driveway about 100 inches and I could blast one of these images right through it. That means anyone coming up and down my street, my driveway is dark. It's black out there. There's no lights up there at all whatsoever. And you can't even see the screen because the screen can blend into the environment because it's black. On the other end, I got a projector, and even when I fire up my projector, you can't see any lamp glare pushing through, so you don't know anything on the other end, and I can blast all kinds of light shows and displays right through the back of that projector, which we'll be doing this summer too. I told you I got some pretty cool stuff lined up, especially with that invisible 17. All right, so now we're scanned on this side. Ooh. You want to see something interesting? Now, I'm going to show you something really cool. Right here, this is the white surface. That's the black surface on this side. You see those checkerboards right there? That means that when you have too much light pushing into the environment, this is where you get this checkerboard display that will come up. That's how much gain that's pushing off my screen with the lights out, with the projector hitting it so high that it came up with the checkerboard display. You only get the checkerboard display is when you say you're doing a scan in the room, and maybe you may have some light coming through the window. Anywhere that light hits, this is where this scanner will push up that checkerboard display, showing you that there is too much light reflecting in that area. And that's the side that the black screen's on. That's how much gain these screens push off. That the scanner picked it up. There's the white screen here on this side. There's my black screen on that side. So for those of you saying, oh, you have to have a gain gun, this technology is designed to pick up any form of high light in the environment. And when it does, if there's too much light in the environment and it can't scan it properly, it will basically push up these checkerboard images, which means I can still scan off of this with no problem. It's just showing you how much gain that's pushing off my screen. Ah, there we go. For anyone who put the comment about the gain gun. Let's go over here and let's grab something. We can still scan off of it, but no problem. Let's go grab I think I'm gonna grab the magic brush. The magic brush, with the magic brush or the magic wand? The magic wand. We take the magic wand. But it doesn't make a difference. No, it really doesn't make a difference because we're doing it side by side. So I'm going to up the tolerance level just a little bit more on this. I'm just going to cover the whole thing. There we go. Be done with it. Going through all that, and let's create a surface right there, and we're done with that. Now let's go grab something from outer space. Let's go let me see. Now you can get your own files. Say you don't want to use their files, and their files are actually pretty good, but say you just want to use your own stuff. So let's go grab our own stuff. Insert your, and there you go. That's what it's going to look like. That's the preview. We can do a preview on that if you want to. Preview. So that's what giving you a preview of what you're going to do before you actually load it in. And there you go. For those of you that are using the mapping software, this is exactly what you're getting if you project this off a white screen compared to black technology. And when I showed you the demonstration, like I said, we'll do a demonstration later on when the lights are on. We'll just scan the windows. You'll see those checkers come up. When them checkerboards come up, that means there's too much light pushing in that area. So that means you got to go in and you got to darken that area in order for the scanner to pick it up. So when I told you that 12s have an insane gain capability, when that scanner goes off and it scans that surface, it'll show exactly what side is pushing off too much light. And as you can see, the 12 pulled up all checkers on its side, which means the 12 is pushing off that much ambient light. Now, say if you had this in a concert or in a display unit or something for visual effects, it doesn't make a difference how dark the environment. The projector literally is on right now. It's just getting off a low light right now while it's scanning the surface. Your white background is going to pop up. It's not going to blend into your environment. That technology will. Let's go pop over to the screen. Make sure I'm not hooked on anything here. There we go. Now, when I told you the projectors, see how low it is now? That's when it's showing an image. You're not going to get this bright image that's going to flutter the entire environment. It gives off a very low, the luminance, all that just drops dramatically, and it just shows the image itself. And that's what you would get if you were using any form of 3D mapping software or projector mapping software. And if you hit this off a white screen, your image is going to basically fade and wash out, and you're going to just get this distorted, ugly image. That's what you're going to get compared to our black technology. Which, mind you, can be used with the lights on. So when people make comments about, that's why I say be very careful. And this is not to rub anybody's face, but be very careful about making comments about our technology being too dark, because you just watched the scanner hit the side of my screen and pull up those checkers, and that indicates that that's how much gain and how much light is pushing off that surface. I love the Lord. I'm telling you, it's amazing. God is amazing. God will have me do things, and I'll see things happen why they're happening, and allows other people to see how these things are all coming together. That's why I love the Lord. Sometimes the lessons in there He teaches me that I don't even know He's about to teach me, and that's the first time He's seeing this. Keep in mind, I've scanned black screens before. But like I said, I've seen the checker display pop up, but I don't pay it any mind. I think, okay, maybe the scanner's not correctly hitting it right or whatever, so on. So, and I'll just do the demonstration anyway. And didn't realize to me that when these things scan a surface and the checkers pop up, that means that you have some form of light reflecting somewhere in the environment and it's disrupting the camera. But as you can see, it doesn't disrupt the camera at all. The camera can still scan it. Not only still scan it, give you a better image on the other side. And that's because there's so much gain pushing off that screen that even in the dark, compared to a white screen, that thing is reflecting more light than the white surface. Didn't really, and that's amazing. That's something to say. God always opens my eyes to something. He always blesses me to be able to learn. So, for anyone who sat there and said, well, you don't know how bright your screens are because you don't have a gain gun. You just watched the black screen pull a high enough gain, high enough that it caused the scanner to pull up a checkered display next to a white surface that should be pulling a higher white level. That's interesting. And yet all the while, when people were out there doing those demonstrations, saying that, oh, it's so dark, you can't see the image. Well, if it was so dark you couldn't see the image, that scanner would not be able to pick it up at all. Those checkers would have never popped up on that screen. Let's go over here and let's grab something else. Let me see. I want to do some purple. I want to do some nice deep purples. Let's come out of here. We want to change up this whole design right here. Can we change this up? Yeah, we can change. We can do multi-surfaces. So we can come in and let me see. I'm gonna grab. Oh, we can do the undo. Where's the file for undo? Undo, edit it, undo. There we go. Undo the inserts right there. That's done. And then we'll come in and we'll hit my brush again. We'll do the magic brush. I like the magic brush, works much better. We'll do both sides, back and back. Let's create a surface. Let's go in and let's grab, that's done. And let's grab ourselves an item from here. Let's grab and choose. Let's do the matrix. We're gonna do the matrix. All right, can we get a preview of the matrix? This should be the matrix. Nope. That's not it. It should be the first one then. Yep, that'll be it. Okay, we're going to do the matrix. We want to do a matrix display. Let's go in and grab preview. And there we go. There's the matrix display. Remember I explained to you that now the projector I used in the last demonstration, I think when I did this demonstration, was a 6500 lumen Chrissy. We went from a 5000 lumen Chrissy, and now we're using a Sony VPL FH30. This projector right here is 4,300 lumens. So 4,300 lumens, for those of you who have dedicated theater room setups, keep in mind, when you hit a screen with 43, and we'll do this at a, we'll make a segment out of that too, on white light pushing off in your theater room. If you notice, as we're showing the matrix, on one side of the screen, which is the white screen, as you can see, and mind you, like I said before, any light gray screen is going to have the same reaction. Any silver screen is going to have the same reaction. It's just going to push off too much white light. As you can see, look at the side of the wall on this side. See how all that light's reflecting off your ceiling? See how it's reflecting off your wall? It's reflecting off your floor. Look at the floor right here. See how it's reflecting on hard wooden floors. But see how it's reflecting off your floor? Now you look at the black technology under 12, our technology, there's no reflection on the floor. There's no reflection on the wall. There's no reflection on the ceiling. because that screen's black. That screen's designed to absorb in all that light from 4,300 lumens sitting probably less than 8 feet away from my screen and show you nothing but the screen, and instead of showing you all this white light reflecting all over the place. And I've seen people who have amazing dedicated theater setup, and the first thing I see when they turn on the lights, I see either white or silver screen. That's what I see. And then they wonder why they have all this light pushing in all these different directions. It doesn't make a difference if your walls, well, actually, the best will do, they have to make their walls jet black in order to be absorbing some of that light. I can have a dedicated theater room set up, and my dedicated theater room could be bone white. And that projector, if it hits that screen, would absorb all that light. None of it would even touch the walls. It wouldn't make a difference because that screen's black. That's the reason why when people have dedicated rooms set up, the reason why the environment is black like that is to absorb as much light as possible, so that way you can keep the room as dark as possible. I can have my theater room set up, like I said, in bone white. And because that screen's jet black, the minute it makes contact with that screen, you won't see any excess light pushing anywhere else. Okay. Let's drop lights on too while we're doing this too. We have to have lights on for this too, because we have people going to be using displays. Close. See all that white light? Now look at the black screen. Nothing. Nothing at all. Keep in mind, there are companies who have this technology to absorb in the light like that, to keep you from having the light pushing all over the place. And those companies who have that technology are going to charge you $4,000 to $5,000 for that technology to do so. And that's for a 100-inch. The screen's 135. So you do the math, it's going to cost you $4,000 for a screen to be able to cancel out the light that's reflecting all around your theater room. It's going to cost you $4,000 to $5,000 just for a 100-inch. What do you think a screen this size will cost you? You're going to spend $3,000, $4,000, or $5,000 for that screen to do that. And this screen's at 135. You do the math and see exactly how much it will cost you. Just to let you know, 120 inch of that technology of some of those screens is $10,000. All right, so we'll come out of here. Let's grab something else. And for those of you that, like I said, are using mapping technology, yeah, you can automatically see already from the door. That's why in a lot of those demonstrations I saw with Lifeform, there's demonstrations that were done in the dark. They turn the lights on the screen to automatically wash out, because the surface, like I say, you're projecting off is not designed to be a projection screen. If you're mapping off a projector, or whenever you're mapping off some kind of display or some kind of abstract art or whatever you're using, it's not designed for that surface, and it's not designed to be projected off of it. That's why we are designing a visible encoding that has a code embedded inside of it that will allow people to be able to spray down that surface that they're using for display. Because we advise you, if you're not using it for display, don't code it. To be able to take that surface and spray it down, and then whatever that surface you're using for advertisement, you don't have to worry about changing the color because it's invisible, but the coating's not. And this will allow you to be used with the lights on too also. All right, so let's come out of here real quick. I'm gonna preview, come out of this real quick. I'm going to grab me another one. I'm gonna undo this one. The Starfield's a perfect example. You're just not gonna pick up that at all, period. Now the reason why I'm not using these sample sheets, because like I said, they're not designed for mapping. It doesn't say anywhere in their product description that is used for mapping. I'm pretty sure they probably have something else for that. So it wouldn't be fair to put them up there. But this is a white screen. People are going to use white screens regardless. That's pretty much what they use anyway. Let me see. And this is also, I don't know if people are still doing shows anymore since COVID, you know what I mean? But if you're doing background effects for plays and stuff like that you may be doing are better done with black technology, because it cloaks everything. If you're showing a night star, it shows the night stars. If you're showing a mountainside, it shows the mountainside. And you can change out your scenery at will without basically having people come in and move items off the stage that take a lot of time. On top of that, once you put on the stage lights, all that get absorbed by that black technology. None of that reflects off the screen. If you use a white background or a silver or gray background, the problem that happens is when those lights come on, it's going to reflect off that surface and you're going to see that white right there bouncing off. Where the black, see right there, you can't see it. Blends in nice and dark. There you go. Let's go over to, now mind you, this, what works well with this kind of stuff are only 12 and luminous. The black silvers do have the ability to mimic black levels, but like I said, the surface is still gray, mind you, okay? So any areas that's not being hit by the projector that's producing a contrast level, it's not going to be able to read, so it's still going to display a slight gray to the surface. The only way it's basically going to change or mimic over to black is because it has to hit the surface with that image to actually code it to turn it into that black surface. It's not going to do that if there's nothing hitting it. It's still going to reflect a gray surface. That's why if you're doing these kind of special effects or stuff like that, you want to lean toward the blacker technology, because even though if the projector is off, you still are not going to be able to see the screen because it's black. It can mimic into the environment. We got to get some stage light. I got to get some kind of light in here next. What got to get here next? Like I said, this is going to be, I started this off as being my digital theater room. I'm still gaming here like crazy, but you know, this is a great place to work at, man. It really is. There's a lot of freaking room in here, and I got plenty of window light to push through to have fun with. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of work up here. And then on top of that, I can set my equipment up here, and I can run multi-projectors up front in the house, outside, and I can basically scan objects anywhere I want around the house, which is my next project too. That and the drones. I told you upstairs in the attic, I'm turning that into a command center. Now people say, no, it's a command center for drones. It's actually gonna be a drone docking station that I'm building upstairs. It's perfect. I got nice perches up there that I can build nice landing docking stations. I can probably put about 6 or 7 drones up there. And I did a little dabbling basically with modifying and with drones. Definitely, I would definitely put solid rollers on it and no blinking lights whatsoever. These things have to be virtually invisible. And if I can get my hands on it, I can get my hands on Venta Black, but I can get my hands on that Black 3.0 where I can actually cloak these things where they're actually virtually invisible. You cannot see them at all. It's for research. That's pretty much what it's for. I told you I'm in the process of basically purchasing some property, probably in a year and a half from now, and I'm getting 4 acres. And it's hard to monitor 4 acres if you're just walking around. It's better if you have drones to do the job for you. And I need it where a unit can come in, survey an area, come in and dock and recharge and come back out. Also, too, not only that, I want the units to be able to share information. So every time they dock, they share information to a server on what they've seen, what they saw, or reported. And also, 2 drones can actually interact with each other. Interesting, isn't it? My mind isn't always about paint. There's other things rolling around into there also, too. All right, that's... I had an idea a long time ago for something called a rail camera. Somebody already took the idea already. I just didn't have the money to bring it out. It was just too expensive. It's basically a rail system that would wrap around. Imagine if you had a prison system and you had these cameras that were on rails, like a little round ball with a little that could fit on top of a rail, and these cameras could actually run with all these cameras and they could survey the area. And every time the cameras would connect to each other or the balls would connect to, they would share data back and forth, and they would connect to these command posters that would upload this information onto a computer where the guards could see it. And you could cover tons of area because these cameras could travel just about anywhere you want. You can make them smaller. You can go from one area to the other area. They can go anywhere they want, and anytime they would lock up with each other, they would basically share data back and forth. And you know, it's a weird idea that popped into my head when I was around 14 or 15 years old. Just don't have the money for it. A lot of people have ideas that pop in their head, just don't have the money to design it. Just don't have it. To some big corporation, somebody pops something, they figure it out. All right, let's undo this right here. Let's undo this madness. Now we're back to the original screen. Nothing on it at all. Let's go over and let's grab ourselves something else. This wasn't meant for me to have. That's all. That's how I see it. Wasn't meant for me to have. We're going to do some Star Trek. Let's do some Star Trek. There we go. Scan right there. Let's grab this file. I guarantee it's probably not even on the first. It's never on the first. Nope, never on the first. Let's go grab the other one. I bet you it's on the second. No. I gotta come out and cancel. Come out. There we go. Do Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. I love Star Trek so much. I'm a Trekkie and Star Wars fan. Doesn't make a difference from both. Alright, so we'll preview this one right here. Now I'm going to put this in. I'm going to publish this one. So that way we don't have the lines in the way. So it's going to come back. We're going to publish, wipe this out of the way. And then we'll put the Star Trek in. There you go. That's what I said. It doesn't make a difference. These are venue projectors. These are high-end projectors. You know, it doesn't make a difference. You can't pick up contrast. And you're losing so much from your screen. It's not even funny. Even in mapping and any form of projector application, without that contrast level, you've lost so much from your projector. And I see people spend so much money for a projector, and then I see what the screen looks like. I'm like, oh, how? Why? Even when you go to concerts, they have all white screens out there. You know how amazing that digital effect would look on a black surface? Oh, I'm sorry. You guys have been talking, man. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. About the Super Bowl. Which can watch Super Bowl? Actually, I'm not watching the Super Bowl at all. It's Sunday. It's God's Day. No, I'm not gonna. No, it's God's Day. I really don't watch the Super Bowl that much, but it's God's Day. I mean, I'm getting my time in now. You know what I mean? And the rest of the day, I'm just gonna be listening to Christian music and just relaxing, meditating. That's pretty much it. I'll get the results tomorrow. I always watch the halftime show. I'm not the halftime show. Everything. I watch the pregame the next day. That's what I watch it. But if I was going to watch the game, it wouldn't be on this screen. I got a bunch of screens to the house. It wouldn't be on 135 downstairs. I have a 235 downstairs. It would actually be on this screen. This is the screen that I love the most. If anyone ever asked me what screen I love the most, this would be the screen. This is the acoustic blackout call screen. This would be the screen. I'm tell you something. For someone who has, this is off topic. This is my favorite screen out of the entire house. This is it. I love the screen. I have big screens. I have 135 on my deck. I have 135 in that room over there. I have 100-inch wallpaper over there. In the gamer room, I have a 106 vertical. I have a 98 motorized downstairs, 126 in the window, 235.1 downstairs in the theater room at 138 inches. And this is the one I'm on the most out of all the screens. I like it because it has the acoustic sound bar in the back, and I kind of like it's only an 80-inch, and that's what I use. This is what I like. It's kind of like a TV kind of setup for me in here. Well, as a matter of fact, I'm supposed to be watching my fish, too. 4K fish, YouTube. This is what I watch every morning. Or, you know what? Never mind. 4K outer space relaxing. I'm getting hooked into that. There we go. This is what I've been watching for the last couple of days. And like I said, we're having a sound bar. These are acoustic screens. So off topic, if you're curious what this is our acoustic blackout cloth. This is pre-coated. These are 17s. So it's coated with 17 technology. It's acoustic, jet black. You can hang them up. You don't have to worry about painting the screen. It's a pre-coated surface. And all you have to do is hang it up, throw your speakers behind the back of it, and you're done. Oops, keep the daylight side of my stand. So right there is my sound bar sitting behind there. Sorry, my environment is junky. I just been waking up. And I can have usually have my curtains open on this side. Well, actually, when I start the morning, we got a cloudy day coming in too. I ain't got much sun out today. That's all we're going to get outside. It's not even cloudy out there. It's not even sunny out there. Oh well. Anyway. Yeah. This is my favorite screen. I just like the fact of having that sound bar behind the back of it, because my sound bar used to be down there. As a matter of fact, I got to do my touch-up job in here. I got to touch up here because this screen was moved. This one right here I'm working on right now. So this is a screen that is going to be coated black, and this is actually using the same kind of border that I'm using for my table because I wanted everything to match nicely. And I'm actually going to be coating this end to all black. I'm just going to bring it up just a little bit more around here, because don't worry, you won't see all this. All this will be coated in black. But get my frog tape and just edge it off real nice, and then just paint it in. You'll see what I've done. And I'll probably throw some soft white lights behind the back of it. But I wanted something that was going to be able to match my table in here. And for some reason, saying, well, why is your table so low? Because it's kind of in here. This is my Japanese tea room. This is what I set it up for. When it's clean, this is my meditation area. This is where I come to relax and shut the freak down when things are getting a little too hectic for me. Over here, got my little tea kettle. Real quick off topic, I turned my closet in here. Took out all my stuff. Turned my closet into a nice little Japanese tea room. Got my teas and sugars and all that stuff over there. So, you know, some place for me to be able to relax, come in and unwind. Everybody's got to have one of these. Everybody's got to have some. Not one of these, what I have, but you got to have a little room in the house that you go to relax. Like this. This is a small, tiny room. This is my arcade room. Got my projector right here. I told you, 235. Actually, I have my horizontal 106 blue technology. And then that's used in the NEC. I built that stand so I can play my games horizontally this way on my computer system over here. And I got my old retro games that I run through this projector, Chrissy, on my motorized screen. This is all 12. This is 12 technology too. For those of you wondering, can I paint a motorized projection screen? Yes, you can. There's mine right there. This is my arcade room. That's where I come in, do my gaming at. Or my retro games. We only do retro games in there. Only retro games are in there. That's all. And then for here, this is I wanted a nice little room I can go in and relax. So this is the room I'm at most of the time. Oh, we're off topic. We're way off topic. And then we'll go downstairs and I'll show you the other screen. There's blue right there. That's my blue screen. And there is in this room my 235.1 widescreen, which I'm working on a project in here. Actually, for some people thought, you don't have lights in here? Yeah, I do have lights in here. There you go. Basically, I'm not going to be using them. I'm running this whole entire theater room is going to be running off a battery. That's what I'm going to be doing. Running this whole entire, this is going to be the first one I'm going to be uploading with the battery. So when that Delta 13 comes in, 1300 comes in, this will be the first room running off. Matter of fact, it'll be this room and this room will be running off one battery. And I'm going to be using the masonry drill to put holes here and here to connect my panels there and there to power these two rooms without using any form of electricity at all. That's the project for that. And then next summer, we'll knock out the kitchen, we'll knock out the deck, and we'll knock out the upstairs, and we're done. I'll be on 98% battery and solar power for my house. And then when I told you about the drone station, this is not a closet. This is an attic. This is my security cameras up on the roof. That's what I'm putting in the command center for the drones. I might even come in and just shave this completely off the door and all and put a panel that slides back so you can't see it's there. So we got a lot of projects this summer. And there's the ambient light projection technology today. Turn the lights out at 2300 lumens. So yeah, out of all the screens in the house, that's the one I watch the most. Here's the wallpaper screen. That's a wallpaper projection screen. I showed you how to make that too. I actually put a link in. We can actually buy that plexiglass surface right there. It's very thin. I think it's a 0.20 plexiglass surface, about as thin as a credit card, nice and flexible, lightweight. And I showed you a link on Amazon where you can buy that surface and coat it with our technology and turn it into a wallpaper screen. Very easy to hang up. For those of you, like I said, that don't want to, can't paint on your walls because you have restrictions, that right there is an easy way to hang it up on your wall. And since it's so lightweight, you can use that that double-sided Scotch tape. It'll hang up there with no problem whatsoever. And then for those of you who don't like to, you want the acoustic system. Well, we have the acoustic system, like the one I have near the room. We have that in 100 and 120 inch, which I am planning to get myself a 120 inch because I want a little bigger screen. It's not gonna fit in there, but I want it someplace else. The gaming room that I just showed you, that 106 is coming off the wall. I'm actually gonna put an acoustic screen up there so I can throw all my speakers behind the back of it and I can hear my gaming sound come through the screen. That's what I want. All right, let me see. Get some over here. Let's pop out of this one. I'm gonna take this out, undo this one. Can we undo that one? Oh, then we gotta go back into design to get that one. All right, we'll come out of that one. And let me see. Let's put some of their art in. They got their own form of abstract art. Come into here. I'm gonna grab something else real quick. Now, for those of you, like I said, if you didn't catch the beginning of when I was talking about a few things here and there, our containers, and as I said before, there's a special ingredients, one of these special ingredients that makes the 12s and everything else we design. That is going to be here next week. So next week we ship out, which I am so happy. And thank you so much for your patience, and thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. All right, let's do something with some bright. Let's go here and grab some fishy fish. There we go. Nope, that's not gonna work. That's the wrong one. Right. Yep, and it's gotta be the first one then. Yep, and it's gotta be the second one then. Wow, I had to go through all that just to find that file. That's freaking madness. There we go. Fish display right there. Let me show some bright colors. Now I want to do one of these. I want to do some invisible blue technology. I think I'm gonna design invisible. People don't understand that the blue that we made downstairs, a roll-on, this is an invisible version of that. That actually, when you coat the screen, it comes up like kind of blue, invisible, see-through technology, and that is fantastic if you're doing any form of like virtual fish tanks. And someone got the idea of getting plexiglass and rippling it like in a wave like this. And they're actually projecting off of it. And when the fish would move, they would come in and out like this. It was a cool idea, really cool idea. I want to do one. I want to do a ripple effect screen like that. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I'm going to show you how to build a virtual fish tank. We're going to build a virtual fish tank. It's best that you have a 235.1 to do it. It is. So, like I said, go buy yourself a cheap ViewSonic projector. Any of the PJDs, any one of those projectors have that 235.1 option in them. To show you, I'm going to show you how to build a virtual fish tank. We'll use that, some LED lights, and some wood. Something like a nice display you can have up on your wall. Let's come out of here and let's just do something weird on here. We're going to put an image here and an image there on each side. So this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to come over here. Let me get this file. I'm going to put in a new project right now. I'm going to discard that one. Create a new one. That's pausing because we're going to get rid of that one. We're going to rescan. If you do suffer from seizures or anything like that, I would suggest you looking away from the camera. So on my end, if you want to know what I'm looking at, on my end, this is what I see. So that's the camera scanning the room right now. And then basically these are all the different programs and stuff you get from here. So a whole lot of stuff, and it's pretty easy to use. If you can set up a Facebook page, you can set this up. And now the camera is going to start to scan. Now, there is other software on here too, like, okay, like say if you want to scan a tree, and I'm lying to you not, I've seen people scan bushes and trees with the stuff. there is a way that you can go in and you can actually realign your scan dots. So these little dots will pop up showing you all the areas where your scanner is hitting, right? Like if you're doing a cup and you go to color in the cup with the magic wand or magic marker or magic brush, any area you color in red, it's going to come up with that scan image on it. So you can scan an entire wall and say you don't want to do an entire wall, you just want to do 3 items on the desk. You can go in and you can actually just take that red marker and just marker those areas you just want to scan. And then when the scanner hits it, it's going to show these little white dots all around it. You can go in and you can actually realign to trace those dots out, straighten them up, to have them fit perfectly to that area. And I've seen people do trees with it, which is freaking cool. But it has to be standing still. You got any wind out there, keep in mind, if a tree moves to one side, the image still stays there. So that's the surface right there. Start showing our surface, and as you can see, my screen's coming up checkered, which means it's producing a lot of white light. So how we do this is say we're just going to use the brush because we just don't want to scan the whole thing. We just want to do a certain section of it. So we're just going to do this section here and that section down there. So we'll go into the brush and change your brush size. We're just going to put a big circle here. Now, wherever I put this red marker at, like you're seeing right now, that's where the image is going to pop up and only. It's not going to pop up at any place else, even though it did scan the whole surface. And we'll put another one right here. I know this looks pretty bad, but it isn't what you think it is. All right, let's square this off because I got people with some weird and strange minds. Let's just square that off. All right, so we'll put a square here. Not the best square in the world, but it's something. I can put that right there. All right, now we'll go in and we just hit create a surface, which you have to do, and see them little dots that'll pop up. You know, say if you're doing something like it has a lot of edges to it, or you're doing a car and you want everything to fit just perfectly, and you can just take your whatchamacallit and just click on there and you can move them where you want to go. You can also do multi-surfaces, which means you don't have to do the exact same image on that surface because you scanned it. So all you have to do is just basically say if you're doing a car, I gotta buy a big car in here and set it up here on display so we can do a car display. We're gonna do a car. I'm gonna buy some stuff from eBay, some big toys and stuff from Amazon, and we're just gonna play with those and just show you how you can do multi-areas. You can do multi-surfaces right there. So multi-surfaces means that, all right, we get a car and say I just want to change the tires to nothing but fire. I want fire just coming out of the tires. So what I'll do is I'll just scan the tires, scan the whole car, and I'll just cover over this area right here, and then I'll hit done, and then it will scan it, and I can put the fire there. Then I'll come back in and hit paintbrush again, and I'll do another area. So you do it one area after the next, and then do multi-layers. So we'll do multi-layers on here, but it's easy. We're gonna do 2 different sections here. So let's see, let's just do a whole canvas of art here. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a whole canvas of art there. No, we just go here and we just go back and forth. So we'll hit done, that's all finished. And then it'll ask you, this is your library. So you go in your library, you get 2 options. You can go to their library here, over there, or you can go to your own there. Your own library, you can make it up. I'm still trying to figure out how in the world to scan an entire movie. See, that'd be nice. If I can figure out a way, and that's the first time someone's asked this question, if I can scan an entire movie file off of here onto this unit, that means I can scan it onto a curved screen. Do you have any idea how amazing that would be? That means you wouldn't have to have multiple projectors or any kind of blending software. You can literally take a whole movie file and scan it onto a curved screen. That would be amazing. I'm still working that one out. So we'll drag a file. As a matter of fact, what I should have did, well, that doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make a difference. We'll grab these are all my files. We'll go on just weird stuff in here. We'll grab what's this right here? Ooh, let's do the Dragon Ball Z. Let's do those guys right there. We'll put both of those there. Oh man, we got them in the middle. That doesn't even look right. It doesn't even look right. Oh, yeah. I'm the George. That's gonna work. Give me another one. Let's get me, it doesn't even look right. It's just sitting right in the middle. I'll have to get abstract art for that one. Alright, I'll just take this right here. I'll take this outer space craziness. There we go. We'll take that vortex and we'll stick that there. So the vortex, we're going to do multi-layers anyway. And we'll stick that right in the middle right there. And then we'll go in and we'll publish that. And you'll see one will pop up on here and one will pop up on here. Anywhere where I drew into the screen in red. It's real easy to use. It's not that hard. But some of the other stuff I've used for mapping, projector mapping, is a freaking nightmare. Like I can learn it, but it's going to take a long while to do it. I want something I can use right off the bat. Let's see. Now we're going to do multi-layers. So now we come out of multi-layers. This is all of the stuff I haven't even learned yet. I'm still learning this stuff right here. So we'll come out of multi-layers and we'll go back. All you have to do is click design. So you go back in, just click design. Your image will pop up. And then you just go over to magic. I like to use magic brush. Go to magic brush. And then basically click on which one you want to use. We're going to use the brush. That's what we're going to use. And we're just going to change your brush size, which you can do here. And we're going to create another surface. So let's just do something here. So I'm going to draw a square around a square. Anywhere you put the square, it's going to draw right there. All right, that's good. And we'll put another one here. This is just something stupid we're doing. That's all, nothing fantastic. If you're expecting great art, it's not going to happen today. All right, just showing you different areas you can scan. So now, should we do it a little bit thicker? I'm going to change the brush size a little bigger than that. All right, there we go. There we go. So I'm going to buy me a huge like Tonka truck, something pretty cool. And I'm going to spray it with that invisible coating we're going to be using. And we're going to be using those for test. I can also too, if you want to, you can also you can actually scan over top of projection screen. So I can actually take one projector and fire off an image onto the screen, like say if I want to do some flowers and stuff. I can take that and I can scan that and hit the screen with the projector. Then I can take the scanner and overlap the projected image and scan off the projected image and and scan objects into the projection image. That's pretty cool to do too. All right, so this is done right here. We'll do this with some burning fire. All right, so we're done with that. And the other one's coming right there. We're done. Grab us a file. And we'll grab, let me see. Let's grab some fish. There we go. So now we got a vortex wrapped around fish. I should have pushed it a little closer, but I didn't think about that. All right, because we're just doing it for fun. All right, so we'll publish that. And this is, I'm showing you just multi-layers. You can do this over and over again, as many layers as you want. As long as you basically, when you do it, you finish it, when you draw it out, when you scan it, make sure you publish it. You don't publish it, and you're just gonna basically just erase what you already just did. So it's like paint and then basically scan and save. And you paint and scan and save. For each one you do, you save it. You keep saving it, keep saving it, keep saving it. And you add layer after layer after layer after layer after layer. So now we're going to do another layer over top of that. So now that's what we have right now. Our display. And as you can see, at the same time we're doing this, you see with the white screen, our screen's coming up better than the white screen. Like I said, these are multi-layers. Now there's this thing called Gift Maker. I think it's GIF something S, whatever it's called. Woo, you can use that too, tripping over cables. You can use that too. Like if you want to take an object, like right now I'm taking my company Crystal Edge and I'm actually turning that into a GIF so I can actually produce my logo. Now for right now, that's all I can scan. You can scan still art, but you can also scan the moving art to a couple of minutes of GIF arts, whatever they call it. But I'm turning my logo into that, so that way I can scan my logo, and then I'm going to figure out to use some kind of 3D software where I can get it look like it's actually moving around. So that's going to be next. Let me see. We'll do another one too. We'll go another ring around it. So we'll come over here and grab the brush. You got the brush, you got the marker, and you got the wand. You got a couple different ones you can use. I'm just using a brush. This one. Now we're going to the very top. And then we're going to basically color all this in. Go to the sides. And come Halloween, like I said, if you get this equipment around Halloween, this stuff is fun around Halloween. Because you can scan just about anything you want, anywhere you want it to go. You can go outside your house and you can scan every last one of your windows. It means you don't have to do your whole house. So some of you see displays, the projector, when it shoots off, it's behind the back of the house. So you only have the images going in and out. This one, you can actually set these projectors up outside or inside your house. And you can basically, if you set them inside your house and you want to set them outside your house, you can scan each individual window. You can scan your top windows and your bottom windows. You can have something peeking out from the side. You can do anything you want. So instead of just having one large image just hit the screen, you can actually project anywhere you want them to go, which ain't a bad idea, which I think I need to do this, or I can't do it in the front because I got the giant screen in my window. But I can do some of the other windows upstairs. All right, so now all this is covered in. All right. And if you want to trim it up, bring down, you can actually bring down your whatchamacallit, and you can, sorry about that. You can bring it down so you make it smaller, so that way you can trim it out. Use it to erase. If you hit something you don't want to hit. Trim it up a little better. That's it. Okay, it's going. Let's create a surface on that. What are we going to put on that? Let's put fire in there. Fire. Fire. Fish. Fire vortex. That's something weird if you saw that in outer space. Okay, let me see. Let's go bring in some fire. There you go. And that's how you do multi-layers. So for each one you do, you have to scan it, save it, scan it, save it, scan it, save it. You know, that's what you do. So what I need to do is I need to get one of those big, huge cars in here, like toy cars that kids have. I need to get one of those and get myself a nice little stand I can put over there. And then we can just scan stuff with it. I do Groot all the time. Groot over there, King Groot. I scan him constantly all the time. And there you are. Like, these are the ultimate 3D glasses. This is an advertisement for 3D glasses. Doesn't look like the advertisement for 3D glasses. New 3D glasses. That'd be a cool advertisement for 3D glasses. Like, you get the fish, you get the fire display. Like, Sony's new VR glasses will take you to another world. There we go. All right. I'm doing my stuff real quick. So how many of you guys got Super Bowl parties set up for today? Pretty sure a lot of y'all. I gotta get back. I got Red Dead Redemption 2. I know it's old, but I got it on PC because I'm modding mine. I'm not putting mine in console. I'm gonna mod mine. That's why I got it for just a play around mod with it. Okay, let me see. Now, this also, when you get, if you do happen to buy this, the light form, it does say you have to use a projector with lens shift. Lens shift helps a lot. It does, especially if you got to need a screen to go to a certain direction. Lens shift is a plus, but you don't actually need it. It requires you to use a projector 1920 by 1200, which is not true because I have a demonstration that I did on TikTok. That I did a demonstration using the ultra short throw projector over there with the stand, and I had to stand it up and I had the screen on the ground, and actually was able to turn my living room floor into lava. So you don't have to have, you can use 720p if you want. They do have two versions of this. They have the one I'm using right now, which allows me to turn any projector I want into a scanner, which I like because my projectors, my lumen counts are pretty high in here with some of my projectors, so I can use it with that. But if you do decide to buy they have a projector version of this. Keep in mind it's only 1,000 lumens, but it's mainly meant to be used in the dark only. Yeah, we're gonna have a cloudy day today. I'm gonna go and grab something for this. And there we go. And let's grab some last thing. I'm going to get my brush. Okay. Need a brush. Nope. Give me a magic wand. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I wanted to do the hallway. I was going to scan and do the whole hallway, but that's not going to happen. The hallway's going to be coated with something. I can't. It's not picking up. Like I already tried star. We saw you already what happens if I do a star for demonstration, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to turn the hallway into a vortex, a galaxy vortex, and that's what my plan was. It's not going to work in there, and the floor is definitely not going to pick it up because they're hardwood in the floor. So I don't want to paint the floor, and I don't plan to. So I'm going to go get some of those either a yoga mat which cover the floor perfectly because my hallway is narrow. So I'm gonna get a yoga mat and some heavy Velcro, and I'm gonna coat the yoga mat with the coating, and I'm going to coat the entire hallway with the invisible technology, either that, or I'm going to coat it with something else, one of the exotic colors, and put it in there. And then that way, when I put my not this projector, I'm gonna get their smaller projector, which they have a unit where you can actually turn your own projector into it on one of the scanners, or you can buy one of their projectors. And I'm gonna mount it up in there so that way I can scan the entire hallway and turn the hallway into outer space, a vortex. So all that lighting, well, I'm gonna keep the lighting in there just in case, but I'm gonna turn the hallway into an outer space vortex. So I have to mount the projector pretty high. They're not that big, they're about like that big. That's all, they're small. Mount it right up there in the corner, scan the entire hallway and turn the hallway into a vortex. And that's just gonna run. I don't have any outlets in the hallway, so I'm going to use a small battery pack back there to run it. I'll get one of the smaller units to run it with no problem. Okay, let me see. Okay. And to the design real quick. Oh, we're done. Now we're at the design real quick. Let's grab something. Let me just grab this. I'll have this running on here for the rest of the day. You won't have the lines on it. The lines only show up if you're doing previews. If you're doing previews, you get the lines that'll show up. Other than that, you won't see them. Nope, that's it. So, I guess gives people an idea. Like I said, if you're going to be using this kind of equipment for basically doing mapping, or you're going to do displays, or you're going to do abstract art, or physical displays, or I don't know, visual displays, and all that stuff, you just want to go. If you're going to be doing this, the best way to do this is with black technology, or 12, and the Luminous. Now, the 12s are fantastic, but if you're going to be doing this with rear projection, where you want an image to punch through a black surface, come out the other end, 17s are the only ones that have the capability. 12s don't have it. Hold on, I'll be right back. Here you go. So I didn't do a very good job taking care of the surface, which I should have. I laid something on top of it, and I shouldn't have did that on this one. This right here is a 17. This is 17 coating. Now, you see how dark this is? The difference between 17s and a 12 is 17s, number one, produce a higher gain. Number two, 17s have higher white levels, and 17s have the ability to be front and rear. This is actually a front and rear screen. As you're looking at it, you're thinking, you can't see anything through this, can you? This is actually rear technology. Let me show you. Seventeens, as dark as the image can be, you can push an image right through it. It's no problem. That's what makes the 17 different from 12s. They're darker than 12s. They produce higher contrast levels, higher white levels, and they're both front and rear technology at the same time. This is the Luminous 17s can do this. This is what I'm talking about. If I stick a screen size of that caliber in my backyard at 150 inches, and I stick that in my driveway, and in my driveway you can't see anything at all. It's dark back there. And I have my projector sitting behind that, I can produce an image, any kind of display, artwork, whatever, right through the other end of that side. And it looks absolutely crazy. I got to do one in the backyard, especially hopefully when the night creatures don't come up, because I got some pretty big things in my backyard like to roam around at night. But that's what I like about the Luminous. Now keep in mind, the Luminous Black has to be sprayed on. You cannot roll this technology on. It's designed to be sprayed on only. But other than that, it's front and rear technology. Now we're making an invisible version of the 17. So right now we have something called the Supreme Invisible 8. Invisible, those are going to be removed. Those are going to be redesigned. Those are going to be 17s. We're going to make that invisible technology for people that want to coat glass. And those come in 3 different colors. They come in a high silver, they come in a gray, and they come in invisible. The invisible ones when we're going to be using on this technology to play around with the projectors. As a matter of fact, I got to get cracking on those. I got to get those done because those are the only ones we have on the website that are still 8s, and they have to go. So we're going to actually convert those over to, and that's a free color option, by the way. When you go in and the visible technology we make, they're going to be 17s, but we're going to make those in a gray, silver, and a clear. Most people who go into clear are painting this on windows and stuff like that for window displays. Usually people use them for gray or for other advertisements, but you want something where people can see in and see your showroom and all that. I don't know if I advise people to do that now because of COVID, to tell you the truth, because those screens, when you put them on glass, they're designed to attract crowds, and I don't think that's a good idea. We'll have to put a disclaimer in there somewhere to advise them not to do that. See? It's the reason why we had some problems with some of our technology. We don't have wallpapers anymore because we can't ship out wallpapers because of COVID. Because it requires for a person to go down and fill out forms in order to ship those out. Where basically when I ship you paint, I can print out the labels here and they can be dropped off. And I'm not gonna risk my driver or anybody else sitting in line with those things. So that's the reason why we showed you where to get the wallpaper from and how to coat them. You can do them yourself. As for anything else we're working on, we can't do that. The inflatable screens we were going to be doing, they got scrapped because of COVID. The 8 definitely got scrapped because of COVID, because 3 of the elements, they made the 8, we couldn't get them anymore. So yeah, things changed. Like I said, God works everything out for the best. All right, I'm going to get out of here real quick. I'm pretty sure you guys got a lot to do. Some of you have parties and Super Bowl parties. Just try to keep it safe, please. You know what I mean? Try to keep it within your family, or whatever you do, just please try to be safe with it all. I don't want to see anybody getting sick. I have a few of my friends have gotten sick from COVID. I don't bring it up, but a few of my friends have gotten sick, and it's not a pretty ordeal to go through. It really isn't. And I have a few family members got sick by it, so please be careful. All right, with that being said, thank you for your time. I got to go, and God bless.